Okay, class, let's take a look. Okay, let's check where were we okay, previously. Okay, let's see. Off the mic, please. Off the mic. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. What was the page are we? Sally, what are the page?
94.
94. Let me see. 94. Very confused. Don't know which one. 94. Yes, it's 94 here. '94. Okay, basically 94 is introductions. Is early school and the doctrine. Let's take a look to the condensed. Okay, meaning to say that 94 we're in this page early Buddhist teaching. Okay, then early development in the Buddhism. So meaning to say that we are in this chapter 4, early development in the Buddhism. Okay, let's see. Basically we're in the early school and their doctrine. Early school and their doctrine. So previously we already finished the early school. Early, don't know what title is this. And also we finished the Abhidhamma. Now we go to the early school and the doctrine. Later on we go to the Jataka, Avatana, and the aspiration. So let's take a look. Early school of the teaching, basically, we talk about different school already. We know this, there will be the Star Viras, okay, three systematic school of thought, Vata, and during the 3rd century before the Christ. So meaning to say we go through the different school like the Pugala Vata, Sarvastivada, Vibhaja Vata, or this school. Well, remember basically Mahasamgika is influential to Mahayana, and Vibhaja Vata, there is one school come out from the Vibhaja Vata is the Taoyat Timsa, is nowadays Theravada. Okay, then again, let's take a look. We go down. Okay, in the previous lessons, so we talk about that in the Sarvastivada is the dominant school in the northwest. Okay, under the patronage of the Kanishka one. And then they got a few arguments, a few controversy issues. It mentioned that which are the pure illusion in Sarvastivada. They say Dharma differ from they, which are the pure illusion, and each one have a specific own nature. Class, basically Abhidhamma perception is similar with the Sarvastivada, is having a specific own nature. Class, in Buddhism, okay, what we understand is, for example, we got a Nama. In the Nama, we got 89 consciousness and 52 mental factor. Each one have their own nature. Okay, even though we know finally everything will go to the emptiness, but each one they have their own nature. So they are different. We see it differently, and it is normal that we see them different because they all have their own nature. But in the common nature that all is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Sometimes Buddhists they will confuse they thought everything is anicca, dukkha, and anatta, and they ignore their own nature. But all they got own nature. So jealousy and compassionate, they're different. Okay, water elements and the fire elements, they are different. So we have to understand that So this is Sarvastivada. They are similar with the Taoyat Timsa, which is nowadays the Theravada. We learn the Abhidhamma. And then Mahayana a little bit different. Mahayana mentioned that when you analyze everything to the smallest particle, no matter mentality or materiality, and within the small particle you can find the finest part in I mean, like in the Kalapa, you can see the water, fire, earth, and solar elements. Even all of them, they are still subject to the emptiness. This is what the Mahayana suggests. But for Theravada and Sarvastivada, they say, no, the fire element is the final one and it is the real one. So that's the difference between the Mahayana and also the school of thought. Okay, so class, just bear in mind that. Okay, and next, let's take a look. So we finish here lah. Okay, then in the last sentence we mentioned that lah. Here everyday realities such as tree and the people were seen as a secondary or conceptual one. Prajnapti. So remember, once we talk about prajnapti, meaning to say they are the concept. There will be a few levels of the concept. Okay, number one, okay, everything we label it with a name. Like you are Sally and he is the Mr. Leong. Even both are wearing specs, but I won't confuse. Okay, so Sally and Mr. Leong both are labeled at the first level of the prajnapti. We call it as the labeling with the name. And then second is the prajnapti. I mean, based on the combination, because Sally is composed of a hair, skin, eye, lung, all this type of stuff. When I dismantle all the organ, then Sally no more exists already. Okay, but so this is the second level, and the finest level we call as a Dharma Prajnapti, meaning to say that when all the organs are further analyzed, all become atom, and molecule, and then you don't see any organ already. So in meditation, especially for Mahayana, they will just analyze step by step. Then all the perception, all the prajnapti, all the laboring, there will be no place to exist. So finally, the self will gone and the Dharma will gone. Get it? So if once you go through the real meditation, you should experience this. So Mr. Leong, the way I see, before I know you're aiming for Maitreya Buddha land, but Maitreya Buddha land, the way I see it, maybe just a SRP standard only. But this type of teaching, if you can understand, you should practice it too. Don't pull yourself down to SRP. Mr. Leong, if possible, you go to learn this type of meditation method. Immediately go to the degree level. So Sally, do you think that this is a good meditation method? The way I mentioned, it sounds profound, right? Very good, right? Compared just Amitabha, compared this, that level is higher. Not just sit down, just chant the Buddha name only, right? And waiting, Amitabha come and bring me there. See or not, you can feel, this is more superb, the method. Mr. Leong, are you agree? Mr. Leong?
Agree.
Agree.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe primarily you just aim for the SRP lah, Maitreya land lah. But if possible, you just go as deep as possible during the jhana. Okay. Okay, that should be the right way. Okay, next paragraph, Sally, can you please read through it, please?
Among those who were ordained in the Sarvastivada fraternity, some were critical of its Abhidharma ideas and looked to the sutras, Pali Sutra, in support of their own interpretations. Those with this critical perspective, which may have been shared by some from other fraternalities, were known as Sautratikas. They argued that many of the dhammas of the Sarvastivadins were not separate ultimate realities, and that the idea of them somehow existing in the past, present, and future made them virtually permanent and independent things, more with an inherent own existence than just own nature. Sautrantikatas developed theories of their own, but regarded this as provisional explanatory devices. rather than descriptions of the ultimate nature of things. One such notion was that while there were no ultimate reality possession, the fact that individuals had or lacked certain dispositions could be explained by saying that their own body-mind complex contained certain seeds or tendencies. A council was held around 100 CE under Kashnika I, and the Sarvastivadins claimed that this was to decide between the different interpretations of the Abhidhamma. The second century that saw the production of the Mahavibhasa, which in the form of a commentary on the first book of the Abhidhamma. The Jana Prasthana discussed different interpretations. In general, it supported the views of Vishwamitra, who held that conditional dhammas simply move from future state to a momentary manifestation in the present. When they carry out the characteristic activity of the relevant dhamma to the past state. Past and future dhammas assist in non-active way. In all this, their inner nature does not change. The orthodox Sarvastivadins took their stand on the Mahavibhasa and so were often known as Vibhasakas. In the 4th century, the masterly survey of the thought was elaborated by Vishubhadhu in his Abhidhamma Kosa. He then produced a commentary on this. The Abhidhamma Kosa Bhasa, in which Abhidhamma Kosa itself was embedded, which includes a critique of aspects of it that drew on some Sautrantika ideas. His initial work, however, remained the classic statement of Abhidhamma in North India. Included in it were certain speculations on the meaning of a Buddha Dharma body, seeing it as a term for both the powers and abilities and perfections developed by Buddha and his purified inner nature.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let's try to digest.
See who make the page bigger.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you think the blind people also can see with this size? Yes, even the blind people also can see. This is the Cantonese joke, you know, Sally.
Blind people cannot see, Sifu.
I know. Sally, you know, it is the
I
Cantonese.
know.
You know,
I know.
during our Cantonese movie time, we used to say it this way. But now people no more watching Cantonese movie. They all watch the Korean already. So they don't enjoy this type. They don't know this joke already. Just our
Yeah,
time, you know.
mm.
Okay, thumb up, please, once you finish. Okay, so my speed is not very fast. Okay, before we go to discuss this, let's take a look to the diagram. Okay, what we are going through is the argument between the abang adik and the father and son and the grandchildren. So we have to understand the relationship that first. Then once we know the relationship, then we see what are the topic of controversy and then we analyze, try to understand, even though usually you don't understand, then we decide, but usually you cannot decide because you don't know what they argue about sometimes. Okay, let's take a look, you see or not. after Buddha Parinibbana, just within 100 years, something like that, we will see the Mahasamgika and the Stiwara. Let me give you a more accurate time. I think it's about, some sort like about 100 years or something like that. Then from here, let's take a look. Okay, we noted they start splitting already. So just now, there's one school is very obvious. So we see about 220 schools. It happens just after Buddha Parinibbana for 200 years. They already 20 son and the grandchildren produce due to the split of opinion. We call it as a schism. Okay, here there's got a few schools. It's very important. Number one is the Sarvastivada. We keep on mentioning just now. Okay, it's a Sarvastivada. And here is Mahasamgika. Actually, they greatly influence the Mahayana. Okay, so we just ignore them in the first place. We just ignore the whole thing here. So let's focus the lower part. Okay, Sarvastivada, do you remember that according just now, the text is mentioned, there's one king, Kaniska I, he is the one patroning the school, is a Sarvastivada. They have the final say to the Abhidhamma. So they work out for the Mahavaibhasika. So just now we highlight Mahavaibhasika. For this one, the Vaibhasika, this is the one. Let me show you. Okay, Sarvastivada. So this is the name, you see or not? Mahavipassa. About 200 volume Mahavipassa still available. So for this Mahavipassa, basically, they will talk about different issue regards the opinion. For example, is the Dharma exists in present, or the Dharma should be exist in past, present, and the future? So this is one of the very famous topic. And we notice that basically this school, Sarvastivada, they used to control because they are more strong one. Same during in our Buddhism, in our committee, in the society, usually committee member, if most of them favor in one opinion, maybe most of the 15 out of the 20 member, they favor to the Mahayana teacher. So they will say, we should invite Master Kaisin for this Vesak Day. So the other 5, they say, we should invite the Theravada monk, look more origin. So finally they will lose, you see not, because the majority favor me, you see or not. So same, in this Mahavaibhasika, meaning to say Sarvastivada, they are the majority. They will favor what they think is correct. Okay, and then actually you know where do they have this type of meeting, the council? Actually, the council is patroned by the Kaniska, the king of Kaniska. But okay, actually it is conducted in the Kashmir here. Let's take a look. Yeah, here's the Nepal. Here's the Kashmir. Let's take a look. Here's the Kashmir. Let me see the Kashmir appeared. Okay, Nepal, Kashmir and the Jammu. Yes, where is it? It's about the Kashmir there. Let's see. Kashmir. Kashmir and Jammu. It's in the Kashmir Jammu, Kashmir and Jammu is somewhere here They have a meeting somewhere here. Actually, during the Buddha time, you see, the whole places Pakistan, Afghanistan, and the China and the Xinjiang all is dominant by Buddhism, especially Mahayana and the different school of thought. So they are, they are flourishing until Christ CE 110 or 100 to 200, 1,000 to 200, 1,010 to 1,000 to 200. The how to say the kebangkitan okay, the bangkitan of Muslim once the Muslim come out already, they appeared, so the places gradually turn to become Muslim. Okay, so this is what we know. Before the Muslim appeared, majority are Buddhists. So when the Vaibhasika, they are so dominant to control to try to control. I mean the major issue. They say, this is what Buddha said. This is their agree only. If let's say you feel you disagree, what can you do? Yeah, Mr. Leong, what will you do? If you are the one you join the meeting, you notice that they said everything, whole group people, but actually you think they are not right. So what will you do to encounter this type of situation, Mr. Leong?
Follow the majority lah, Sifu.
Follow majority, no. Okay, it doesn't happen to the Vasupandu. Vasupandu, what did he do? He later on, he write another scripture. We call it as what? Abhidhamma Kutsa. Class, this is the one which has been written by him. Okay, let's take a look. Now this one. Okay, you see? Abhidhamma Kutsa Bhashya. Yes. Abhidhamma Kutsa is embedded. Actually, a lot of idea is critics to the Mahavipasha. Because Mahavipasha actually, after certain time, somebody come out from the Sarvastivada and they become Sautratinga. Is this one? See or not? Another son come out from Sautrantika. You can say this is the boss. So the manager leave him already because the manager disagree. Whatever the boss say, so he come up. The Vasupandu is one of them learned some idea from the Sautrantika, and then he written in the Abhidhamma Kutsa Bhashya, and then sent back to them. Then they realized that, actually this guy, they thought you write another verses to praise, but actually no, you disagree and mock us. See or not? So this is happening in the northwest part during at this time, okay, it happened. It's in the Abhidhamma school of thought, the moment of the schism. Okay, so this is why. So class, we have to know the relationship with this Sarvastivada, Sautrantika. Okay, so just now the name all appeared already. Major is these two. And then for this Sarvastivada, until now, basically there's still dominance in terms of the volume of the Abhidhamma in the 100 volume of the Taisho Tipitaka. They are still the dominance. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so here a few things to mention. You see that basically if you ordain under Sarvastivada fraternity, so you will try to use it to interpret the sutra, the Pali Sutta. You try to interpret it. Okay, there's one school, Sautrantika, I mentioned. So they disagree. So they split out or disagree. They split out. It's very common. You see, once they split out, they say, what is the argument they say? They will not, they said that the Dharma of the Sarvastivada will not separate ultimate reality. This is the point they argue. They say exists in past, present, and future. Make them virtually permanent and independent thing. This is the point. They say the Dharma, if let's say past, present, future, they all have a separate identity as ultimate reality. So it will make people feel that it is quite permanent, so they say it is not in accordance to the Buddha teaching. Okay, so they say no. It's supposed to be in this way. It said future and the past is not in the active way. So which is more reality is the present. The present will show the future more real compared to the past and the future. If the past and future and present, both three of them is the same in terms of the reality, ultimate reality. In terms is the same. It seems that this thing is very exists. This is the argument. Let me try to confirm with the text itself. Okay, you say no, you see, they say you see, make them virtually permanent. It's not supposed to be permanent. Not independent. You see, more we inherit own existence than just own the nature. Meaning to say, it doesn't just own the nature, but it also inherit the own existence already. If you got the own nature, it is understandable. Because the jealousy must be different with the compassion. So that is the nature. But here, they mention, you see, now I have a jealousy present, okay? So it's the ultimate reality. Okay, now, after 10 seconds, the jealousy gone already, right? But they say the jealousy, even though gone, it still exists. Okay, and then before I have a jealousy, maybe previously I have a habitual of a jealousy. So now the jealousy appeared again. But this is the past already, but they say it still exists. They say it is in term, it is exists. Yeah, Sally, which one you agree? Past, future, present, three of them should be all exist and with the own nature, or the present exists and own nature is more correct, or actually you don't know what I'm talking about. The third one. Yeah, possible. These are in the Chinese class same, Some people they also even though after the explanation they're not very clear. So how ABC, which one you choose?
I think I will choose 2 lah. B lah.
B. So present is you more support to the employee lah, the Sautrantika lah, who betrayed the boss you more agree that. How about Mr. Leong? ABC, which one you choose?
Present. B.
Sautrantika. You all disagree with the sarvastivada lah. Oh, you don't. Don't you notice they are more dominant because so many people. So everyone just punch you once, you can die already. How dead are you? Yeah, you see or not? So that's why some monk, they cannot fight over them, so they just keep quiet. Later on, they write the Abhidhamma Kutsa, all rebut them. This happened. Actually, same thing happened in the Theravada. So they said there's somebody to write the Abhidhamma, then one is Sumanga Sami write the commentary to support. But another was a lady, he pinpoint 100 mistakes inside the Sumangala Sami. Same thing. We must have some debate, academic debate, because different perception. But of course, in another way, you can say they are so free or nothing to do, or they are already too full already. Some will mock them in this way. But I think there will be some progress. They keep on progress if there's some debate. But once they more progress, everything written down in our textbook, then you have to scratch your head to understand what were they debating. So finally, when you understand, you know this, actually, it doesn't really help for your cultivation. Sometimes it could be in this way, in whatever subject, I think in law also the same. I don't know whether your boss told you or not. Sometimes the textbook is something like that. Sally, sometimes it's like that. After you understand, actually it's quite irrelevant to the life. What? Am I right? It's irrelevant, you see. So this we call it as a controversy issue. So it's issue number 1. At least you know this happened. I mean, after Buddha Bari Nibbana, 200 years, it happened already. At least you know this once you go through the classes, okay? Sautratinka. Then you see class. Do you see or not? They say, according to Sautratinka, they say, whatever you did, body and mind, actually it contains certain seeds or tendency. Whatever you do, actually you plant a seed. The seed must be in some way. Do you like this type of perception, Sally? You like it, right? How about Mr. Leong? Do you like it? Seed, the perception of the seed.
Yes. Sifu, this seeds, is it regarding to inherent tendency?
Yes, sometimes we call it as a mind-only school, or the storage consciousness or tendency. Yes, that's why Sarvastivada, the Sautrantika, they say, it's not good. You always say, present, past, and future with their own nature and their own existence. It is good that for the past, whatever you did must be in the seed form. If in the seed form, meaning to say, it is not very clear. I mean, it is not that dominance yet. Present is very dominant because everything is so clear. But one other thing now, for example, I scold you, Sally, you see. So this is the karma. After 10 minutes, we make friends already. So where is the quarrel? So they say it in the seed form and in plant, it sounds better, right? Past already what? But previously the Sarvastivada say no, it still exists. It still its own nature is clear, okay, and that is also exists. It sounds not as good as Sautrantika. In the seed form and also present is more active. That is it sounds more reasonable. Okay, next. Okay, I discovered one of the advantage. I think this class will delay the moment of both of you to infect the dementia, I think. Sure will delay more far because your brain have to scratch your brain to think about all this. Am I right? Mr. Leong, do you agree?
Yes, Sifu.
Yeah.
Scratching my head. Yeah.
You far delay, especially the calculation in chapter 2 Abhidhamma. I can make sure that if you still can solve all the problem, it's quite hard for you to get a dementia. Compared to one just sit on the sofa watching the TV from dawn to dusk. Do you agree? Am I right? As exciting. As exciting as playing the mahjong for the Abhidhamma calculation. Wow, scratching the head. This one, past, present, future. You want to make it clear. Your brain must be all the time. So I think this is good enough already to delay the dementia. Okay, let's continue. We've got other facts. You see a council. So remember the first, third, second, third council not only happening in the Indian, not only in Sri Lanka, it does take place also in Theravada, but also happen in not West Indian. You see Kaniska Kaniska 1, you see, he says Sarvastivada, they have a different interpretation of the Abhidhamma. In 2nd century, Mahavipasha, in form of a commentary, is already appeared. So this is a commentator to the Jnana Prasthana. Mahavipasha actually is a form of commentary. It's about 200 volume. Okay, I can show you. It's available in the Chinese Taisho Tipitaka. I show you a little bit So this is the one. Usually, it is available in the C peta. Okay, C peta. So second one is the Mahavipashika. C peta. So we just type. Okay. I think maybe it's still available in some Sanskrit because we're able to see the English text. So usually it's from the Sanskrit. Now you see, Taisho Tripitaka, 500 Arahan, Xuanzang translate, 200 volume. So this is the one mentioned. Class, maybe you just copy it out. It's in the volume 27, V27. The number of this Abhidhamma, Mahavipasika, is 1545. So I think you copy down this is good. Maybe in addition is the Xuanzang translate. This is very unique. I think maybe the complete one is only available in Chinese Taisho Tripitaka only. You can't find other place anymore. Whereas for Theravada, they even don't know the Buddhism happening in the Northwest India. They thought they are the only school in the world only. Am I right, Mr. Leong? Usually the traditional Theravada, they thought they are the only one is from Buddha tradition. Am I right? They don't know all this. They don't know.
Yes, that's right. Only one from one Buddha.
They don't know actually because so many schools are happening in the Indian continent. They don't know all this, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Now we know. Many people know. If they study all this, they will know. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, and then it says in general, it support the view of the Vasumitra. Vasumitra actually is somebody. Is a big figure, Vasumitra. So let me show you a little bit of Vasumitra in English. Vasumitra. Now Vasumitra, you see, it's before Christ, class, you see, not 1, 2, 4. It's the 4th Sungha emperor who reigned before Christ. Wait first. Vasumitra. I should write a Buddhism here. I think, yeah, also Buddha is the Buddhism. Okay, Buddhism. Okay, I should write this way. You see, Buddhist monk of the Sarvastivada school flourished in the 2nd century, native of the Gandhara. Gandhara nowadays means the Pakistan, somewhere in the Pakistan there. He presided over the 4th Buddhist, let's see a little bit, Vasumitra. Okay, he is credited as contributing to the Mahavipasha. Okay, meaning to say contribute a lot to the Mahavipasha. Vasumitra. Let me try to get the Chinese first. So what can you write, class? Okay, it's about a native of Gandhara. You see, Buddhist council is in the Kashmir. In the 4th Buddhist council is in the Kashmir. And then you see the contribution. Vasumitra put forward a thesis to defend the tenet of the Sarvastivada school. The Dharma exists in the past, present, past, future, as well as the present. This is 3 of us. We all disagree with Vasumitra. Okay, so we know he's the one who contributes a lot. Let me check his Chinese name first. Vasumitra, Buddhism, 中文。Vasumitra 室友啦，室友啦 ，Vasumitra 室友。Okay, got it already. Okay, so we know Vasumitra is I think he is the important organizer. He hosts the meeting lah. This is Vasumitra. He hosts the meeting. Okay, then let's take a look. According he said the Dharma simply moved from a future state to a momentary manifestation in the present. Then they carry out the characteristic activity of the relevant Dharma to the past state. Okay, so he said their inner nature doesn't change. Past and future Dharma exists in a non-active way. Okay, sorry, I think he said past and future in a non-active way is the Vasumitra point of the view. Then he said, you see, the Dharma are moving from a future state to the momentary manifestation in the present. Okay, inner nature doesn't change. So what do you think? Okay, one by one. Number one, this is the further for the Sarvastivada debate. He said, the Dharma simply move from a future state to a momentary manifestation in the present. Agree? Raise your hand. Is this sound agree? No response, or you don't know whether agree or not agree, or you cannot decide. Sally, can you decide or not? Cannot decide, right? How about you, Mr. Leong? Can you decide?
Cannot, not sure.
I see or not? Just now in the very early stage, I mentioned already, after studying, maybe you end up, you don't know what to decide. You see, this is happening, you see. So that's why sometimes academic study in this way, you end up you don't know what to decide, because end up you also don't understand what are they debating about, you see or not. Then later on, second, see whether can you decide or not. Second is say, this one, let's see. They carry out the characteristic activity of the relevant Dharma to the past state. Okay, maybe you also cannot decide. He said, past and future Dharma exists in the non-active way. Agree? Past and the future is in the non-active way. Agree or not?
Agree.
Okay, agree. Sally? Agree. Okay. We decide for them. We decide. We say agree is agree. They are all in the graveyard already. We are still above the graveyard. So we have the final say now. Mr. Leong, right?
Right.
Right. We are above the graveyard. They are all in the graveyard already. Then next is see. You see, in all this, their inner nature doesn't change. Agree or not? Even though they are non-active, but the inner nature doesn't change. Or don't know? Yeah, you can say don't know. You agree, Sally?
I think it's true.
It's true. Okay. Yeah. So meaning to say, you all I mean, all is a semi lah, huh? You agree certain part, then you certain part you don't know, and then you disagree certain part. So, am I right? So it happened in this way. Even three of us also happened this way. Meaning to say, during the meeting, they got 500 arahant. Can you see if you cannot handle it, the Vasumitra cannot handle the meeting, it can really end up as a disaster. Wow, 500 arahant, wow, see or not? So we know it's not easy to conduct this time meeting, and yet microphone haven't been invented. So how do they shout? Am I right? Or maybe they use psychic. Shut up! All right, it must be controversy. But three of us is already. It seems a little bit chaotic already. What 500 people? I don't know how they conduct this. Now let's take a look. You see. Okay, you agree, they say the Orthodox Sarvastivada took their stand on the Mahavibhasha, and so often known as the Vaibhasika. So you can go to further search. Usually we call them as the Vaibhasika. And then, okay, this is the enemy appeared. The enemy means the Vasupandu. Vasupandu. Okay, we can Google a little bit Vasupandu. He is quite famous actually. Class, Abhidhamma Kusha Basha, have been upheld for 1,000 years by the Tibetan school. If you become a Tibetan monk, you need at least take 3 years to debate and understand Abhidhamma Kusha. Okay, so in order to get the geshe, which is equivalent to the PhD, in the university, maybe it take you at least maybe 6 to 10 years. Even longer to finish the whole thing. You have this one, Abhidhamma Kusha Basham, have been upheld for 1,000 years in Tibetan school. So that's why if you met the Tibetan monk who can speak English, you can try to ask more Abhidhamma because they memorize the whole thing. Okay, do you get it? Because more on the debate, so we call it as the commentary of smart. If you're not smart, you can't really go through all this because inside a lot of this type of debating thing, maybe I think at least 60 to 17% you are in the undecided mood. Don't know whether I should agree or not. You have to be very familiar many times, then you know already. So this is, I think, very good in debating, but not for the meditation. Not really for the meditation. It's more for the debating. Okay, and then you say, the critical aspect drove on some Sautrantika idea. Okay, and then Sautrantika idea, it means what? They're including some speculation on the meaning of the Buddha Dharma Bodhi. It's correct, Dharma Bodhi. Seen as a term for both the power, ability, and perfection developed by the Buddha and its purified inner nature. So next paragraph, Mr. Leong, can you please read through it? Wow, wait. Just now I said we should Google a little bit Vasupandu. So we just Google a little bit Vasupandu. Vasupandu. Monastic. Okay, let's see. Hindu, let's see. Okay, a critique of the self is a defense of the Buddhist enactment doctrine. Also critique of the Buddhist personalized school and Hindu view of the soul. Let's see first. Okay, Shi Qing, Shi Qing, okay, influential Buddhist monk, okay, and the scholar from Gandhara. Just now, the Vasupandu also from Gandhara. Class, take a look. Gandhara is somewhere near the Afghanistan, Pakistan. See or not? Northwest Pakistan, northeast Afghanistan. Northwest Xibei, Dongbei Afghanistan. So meaning to say somewhere here Afghanistan, Pakistan, somewhere here Xibei, Dongbei, somewhere here we call it as the Gandhara. So meaning to say Vasupandu and Vasumitra, they are from all this, including the brother Asanga also. their origin from here. Recently, Fo Guang-san has been invited from the Pakistan. The government officially invite them to go to the Buddhist relic site and also the museum. They want to develop the tourism based on the Buddhist religion. Because I think they noticed that a lot of money flocked into India now, since it is well known as a Buddhist pilgrimage. And then they noticed historically they are quite famous actually. Especially Asoka King conquered the area and brought all the Buddhism teaching there. So they got the richness of the archaeological finding. So they want to get the money from that. So they're starting from inviting Fo Guang-san and also the Waibam. Hopefully more people visiting and they can get some clean money, unpolluted income so without industrialized. So this is happening now, you know. Okay. So are you interested or not, Sally, to go to visit this place due to the Vasu Pandu, due to the knowledge with the Vasu Mitra, all this?
Interesting. But the money I will go. No money cannot go.
Yeah, Mr. Leong.
I prefer go to the pilgrimage, Buddha pilgrimage.
You haven't gone to the Bodhigaya yet lah. If you haven't gone, you should go there first lah. Then later on, maybe this park lah. Maybe lah. Okay. Okay, next let's take a look. Okay, well I haven't finished yet lah. Let's go through a little bit here. Vasu Pandu. Okay. As a philosopher who wrote a commentary on the Abhidhamma from the perspective of Sarvastivada and Sautrantika. Okay. After his conversion to Mahayana, later on he converted to the Mahayana. Why? Because of his brother Asanka. He was also one of the main founder of the Yogacara school. So basically the idea of the storage consciousness also because of them Asanka and also for the Vasu Pandu. They noticed that if you got the eight consciousness, the theory will be more complete. And also I like it. Okay. Yesterday Mr. Leong already successfully clicked to the storage consciousness. You'd like to share a little bit, Mr. Leong, to Sally?
Yes, can.
You want to share now, Mr. Leong, to Sally?
Yes, the thing is, after opening up the storage consciousness, is I think easier to go into jhana.
Besides, easy to open, right?
Easy to open and a shortcut.
And easy to close, right?
Yes, that's right.
And yet it is free, right?
Yes, don't need to pay.
Okay, so next week, because Elena absent, so I will teach you all this, teach you all online. Okay, so I will try to teach everybody in Earthy, then you can benefit from at least you might got some practical behind the storage consciousness, not only just the name only. Yes, Sally?
People can postpone it to the following week. Next week, I'm scared I will not be you. So.
No problem. Basically,
Sunday is short stop.
No problem. Usually, if I will try to see once you and Elena present, then I will do it lah. Okay. So let's see. Maybe I can let you experience a little bit lah after this part. Okay. Now you see, he was also one of the main founder of Yogacara school. Yes, this is about the consciousness. Okay, I'd like to stop here. Mr. Leong, can you please